velocity. So I am presenting the PPT on relativistic addition of velocity. In this relativistic addition of velocity, we have to see the in previous lecture we have to see the Lorentz transformation equation and the Galilean transformation equation. That means the Lorentz transformation equation enable us to transfer the velocity from one frame of reference to another in a relative motion with respect to it, and it leads to the relativistic formula for the addition of the velocity. And this addition of the formula of the addition of the velocity is known as the Einstein velocity addition theorem. So in this case we have to consider two inertial frame of references, that means S and S prime. Here inertial frame is nothing but a frame which can be moved with a uniform velocity or the constant velocity with respect to the another frame is known as an inertial frame. So here we have to consider two inertial which are relative motion. And the S prime frame is moved with a uniform velocity or the constant velocity v along the to the right along the x-axis related to s. That means here we have to consider two inertial frame s and s prime to the frame s. That means the s prime on the x-axis with respect to the frame s, and the velocity is a v. Here we have v the velocity of the particle respect and the s prime. Then the component of this velocity, then either s prime is a u component of the velocity in s prime frame will be ux prime. That means the component of velocity along the x-axis, component of the velocity along the y-axis, and the component of velocity along the z-axis, which can be indicated by ux prime, uy prime, and the uz prime, which is given by, we know that velocity is nothing but rate of change of position vector or rate of change of displacement is a velocity. So we can write ux is equal to, that means velocity in a s frame along the x-axis is equal to dx by dt. In a similar way, we can write uy is equal to dy by dt, uz is equal to dz by dt. Then the velocity component in a s prime frame will be given by, in the same formula, ux prime is equal to dt prime, uy prime is equal to dy prime by dt prime, uz prime. So, according to Lorentz transformation equation, previous lecture we have to see the Galilean transformation equation, then the Lorentz transformation equation. So, according to this Lorentz transformation equation, are x prime is equal to x minus vt upon in square root of 1 minus v square upon c square. Y prime is equal to y, z prime is equal to z, and t prime is equal to t minus vx upon c square upon in square root of 1 minus v square upon c square. Here the s prime frame is moved along the positive direction of x-axis with respect to the frame s. That means frame s prime is moved along the x-axis. That means there is a no motion along the y and z axis. So we can write, that means there is a no change along the y and z axis. So we can write y prime is equal to y and z prime is equal to z. Then we equation, differential above equation. So we got dx prime is equal to is square root of 1 minus v square upon c square. Then dy prime is equal to dy, dz prime is equal to dz, and dt prime is equal to dt minus v upon c square into dx upon in square root of 1 minus v square upon c square. Then we have to calculate the ds prime by dt prime, dy prime by dt prime, and dz prime by dt prime. So we have to, that means we have get the value of ds prime and dt prime. So we can write ds prime by dt prime, which is nothing but ux prime. That means the velocity component along the x-axis in s prime frame is given by, we know the dx prime. Here we have to substitute the value of dx prime is a dx minus v into dt upon e square root of 1 minus v square upon c square, and the value of dt prime is a dt minus v upon c square dx upon e square root of 1 minus v square upon c square. So when you substitute the value in this formula, so e square root of 1 minus v square upon c square get cancelled. So the remaining term are dx minus v dt upon dt minus v upon c square into dx. We have to divide numerator and denominator by dt, or we have to take a dt as a common, dt as a common. So ds by dt minus v upon, we also taking dt as a common, so we got 1 minus v upon c square ds by dt. Dt get cancelled, so we know that ux prime is equal to ds by dt is nothing but ux. Here we have to indicate that ds by dt is equal to ux. So we can write ux prime is equal to ds by dt is shifted by ux minus v upon 1 minus v upon c square into ux, sorry. So in the same way, we have to find the value of dy prime by dt prime is equal to dy prime is nothing but dy, and the substitute value of dt prime as a dt minus v upon c square into dx upon e square root of 1 minus v square upon c square. So we got dy into e square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon dt minus v upon c square into dx. Here we have to divide the numerator and denominator by dt. So we got dy by dt e square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon 1 minus v square upon c square into dx by dt. So we got u and dy prime by dt prime is nothing but uy prime is equal to, and dy by dt is nothing but uy into 1 minus e square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon 1 minus v upon c square, and dx by dt is nothing but ux. Then we have to find the value of dz prime and dt prime. So dz prime by dt prime is, that means we have to substitute dz prime by dz and substitute value of dt prime. Dt prime is nothing but dt minus v upon c square dx upon root of 1 minus v square upon c square. Substitute the value in this formula. So we got dz prime by dt prime is equal to dz into square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon dt minus v upon c square into dx is equal to, we have to divide by numerator by dt and denominator by dt. So we got dz by dt is square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon 1 minus v square upon c square dx by dt. So substitute value of, and we know that dz by dt is nothing but uz. So we got uz prime is equal to uz into square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon 1 minus v upon c square into ux. dx by dt nothing but ux. These are the relativity addition of the velocity in case of Lorentz transformation equation. That means we got the three formulae as a ux prime is equal to ux minus v upon 1 minus v upon c square into ux. Then uy prime is equal to uy in square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon 1 minus v upon c square ux, and uz prime is equal to uz in square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon 1 minus v upon c square into ux. Then we have to see the inverse transformation equation. That means in order to calculate or obtain the inverse transformation equation, we have to put substitute the v by minus v and ux prime will be shifted by ux, uy prime will be shifted by uy, and uz prime will be shifted by uz. So our equation will be that means inverse transformation equation is ux is equal to ux prime plus v. That means here in this equation, inverse transformation equation, ux prime will be shifted by ux, and v will be shifted by minus v. So we got ux is equal to ux prime plus v upon 1 plus v upon c square into ux prime. Then in similar way we can write uy is equal to uy prime in square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon 1 plus v upon c square into ux prime, and uz prime is equal to uz is equal to uz prime is square root of 1 minus v square upon c square upon 1 plus v upon c square ux prime. These are the inverse Lorentz inverse uh, inverse formula of the addition of the velocity. Then, if you consider the case that if the velocity of particle is along the x-axis, velocity of particle is along the axis, that means there is no motion along the y and z axis. So we can write us is equal to u and uy is equal to 0 and uz is equal to 0. So we have to substitute the formula value in this formula. That means the velocity of the particle, that means the frame s prime will be moved along the x-axis, there is no motion along the y and z axis. So we got ux prime is equal to u minus v upon 1 minus v upon c square into u, and uy prime is equal to 0, uz prime is equal to 0 because there is no motion along the y and z axis. So velocity corresponding axis will be 0. So we can write u prime is equal to, in a general way we can write u prime is equal to u minus v upon 1 minus v upon c square into u. Then the inverse transformation equation can be written as, or conversely we can write as u is equal to u prime plus v upon 1 plus v upon c square u prime. Then we have to see the different cases that no particle can have a velocity greater than light. No particle can have a velocity greater than light. That means we suppose the particle is moving with the velocity of light. Then it is possible for the particle of zero rays mass. That means the photon is a particle having the zero rays mass. This particle can be moved with the velocity of the light as observed by the observer O, which can be observed by the, suppose any particle we can be moved with the velocity of light, and this particle velocity of this particle can be observed by the observer who which is seated in a frame, uh, yes, along the seated at the origin of the yes frame. Then u is equal to c. Then the velocity of same particle. Then the velocity of same particle which can be observed by the observer O prime in S prime frame, which is given by according to in this formula. We have to substitute the value u prime. So u prime is equal to c minus v. That means the velocity of particle is nearly equal to the velocity of light. So here we have to substitute the value u by c. So u prime is equal to c minus v upon 1 minus v upon c. That means here we got c minus v upon c minus v upon c. C minus v get cancelled, so we got u prime is equal to c. That means from above result, we conclude that the observing an inner shape frame S prime is also find the particle is moving with the velocity of s c. That means the observer in a frame S prime observes that the particle can move with the velocity of light. Then the same result will be observed by the observer which is seated in a S prime frame. That means the particle can be moved with the velocity of light. So in other words, it is not possible for the particle to move faster than light. That also shows that Lorentz transformation equation are in accordance with the constancy of velocity of the light. Then we have to see the formula for the non-relativistic velocity. That means when v and u are very small, that means in non-relativistic velocity, that means the velocity v and u are very small, which as compared to the velocity of light. So we can write that vu upon c square, and v square upon c square are nearly equal to 0. So in such case we can write e square root of 1 minus v square upon c square, and this value is, if the velocity of u and v are very small as compared to the velocity of light, then this quantity get 0. So that means and second 1 minus vu upon c square, that means vu upon c square, which this quantity is also nearly equal to 0, or nearly equal to 1. So we can write according to additive law of velocity, we got the result ux prime is equal to ux minus v, uy prime is equal to uy, uj prime is equal to uj. That means which are the similar to Galilean velocity transformation equation, not relativistic or the classical Newtonian mechanics. That means the Galilean transformation equation are applicable for in a classical mechanic or the Newtonian mechanic. In a Galilean transformation equation, the velocity of particle is very small. That means is very small as compared to the velocity of the light. So in this lecture, we have to discuss the addition, that means relativistic addition of the velocity, and we have to see the different cases. Thank you.